What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of The Block is Hot. In this episode, I'm going to give you guys a quick guide on how to buy or sell any token on the Cardano ecosystem, and more specifically in this video, the Clay token, which is the new token from Clay Nation, since so many people have been asking me, hey Jay, how do you actually buy and sell this? So I'm going to show you guys, and without further ado, let's get into it. First things first, where exactly do you buy and sell these different tokens? Because you're going to find out pretty quickly they aren't on any centralized exchanges like Coinbase or Kucoin or Crypto.com. Instead, they're actually on a thing called decentralized exchanges, which is where anyone can provide liquidity for trades on a certain token. And on Cardano, we actually have 4 different decentralized exchanges that you can choose from for right now. We have MinSwap, which is actually the biggest decentralized exchange. We then have SundaySwap, which is one of the first decentralized exchanges. We have Wing Riders that came out not too long ago, maybe 2 months ago. And then we also have MuesliSwap, which is an actual aggregator of all of these different dexes. So it tries to find the best deal on all these different dexes, but it doesn't always work how you think it is, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Now, the process for actually using a dex is pretty much the same throughout all the different decentralized exchanges, but usually MinSwap on Cardano has the most volume, has the most TVL, has the most liquidity, and that's where you're usually going to get the best deal. Regardless though, once you're actually on one of these decentralized exchanges, the process is pretty much the same. You're going to see a connect wallet button somewhere on the screen. You simply click that connect wallet button, and then you're going to choose the wallet that you want to connect. In this situation, I use Nami for the majority of my transactions, so I'm going to click on Nami. Once you've clicked on Nami, if it was your first time, there is going to be a pop-up that says, hey, are you willing to give permissions from MinSwap to use your Nami, or whatever the case is? You simply hit yes, and now your wallet is connected. In order to make trades on MinSwap, you simply have to click the trade button in the top left corner, and now you're going to be able to choose your 2 token pairs. On MinSwap, you have to decide which 2 tokens you want to trade with. I'm pretty sure all of the tokens, at least right now, are going to require you to use ADA. So think of ADA as the main glue that allows you to get into all of these different tokens. So over here on the order tab, I can click on select a token, and I'm going to select on ADA right here. Now, once ADA is selected, I get to choose a token that I want to purchase. The purpose of this video is how to buy Clay tokens. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to search up Clay. I've actually been buying a decent amount of Clay tokens recently, so it's already popping up over here. And if you want to double check that you're buying the right token, you can actually hover over the logo of that token and see their policy ID. And you can double check that's the correct policy ID on their Discord or on their website, or even look this up on Cardano Scan and making sure you're not buying a fake, because people will make fake clays. It'll look exactly the same. And if you don't buy the right one, then you're literally buying the wrong token. So double check the policy ID. But now all I have to do is click Clay token. At this point in the process, it's actually going to show me a chart of what this current pair pricing is, the growth of this specific chart. And you can see here, guys, actually went absolutely crazy the first day. And if you were in the Block investment group, you would have known about this opportunity. But regardless, it has been going on a nice little run here from 0.02. But it shows you that price. Right now, one Clay token is worth roughly 0.0283 ADA. Now, what I can do here is I can say, hey, I want to take 1,000 of my ADA and I want to buy Clay tokens. Right now, it's estimating that I would get roughly 35,131 tokens worth of Clay. And you can actually see down here that it gives you a little bit more information of your slippage, of the price impact, of the liquidity provider fees, etc., etc. Once I've determined that this is a price that I want to buy at, all I have to do is hit the swap button. It'll give me one more confirmation of these different fees and the different slippage. Then all I have to do is hit confirm. I sign this transaction, and then in a minute or two, or depending on how congested the network is, that order will go through, and my 1,000 ADA will now be roughly 35,000 Clay tokens in this example. Now, one thing that you can do is that once you put an order in, you can actually go to the orders tab over here, and you're going to be able to see when these different orders completed. As you can see, I've been buying a lot of these Clay tokens recently because I'm bullish on it. And you can also see that you can cancel these different orders, et cetera, but regardless, you can check out the orders. Now, how do you, once you have this Clay token, actually sell this Clay token? Well, instead of me saying I want to take 1,000 ADA and make it into 35,000 Clay, all I have to do is I have to reverse the position of this. So I can hit the little arrows right here, and now it's saying, hey, for 35,449 Clay, you're roughly going to get 1,000 ADA. And if I hit the swap of this, you'll be able to see that my 35,000 Clay is going to turn roughly into 1,000 ADA. You just hit confirm swap once again, and then you'll have that token. The really great thing about DEXs, guys, is that you can pretty much do this with any single token on Cardano. So for example, if I didn't want to buy Clay tokens, all I would do is I would select milk instead, and then once again, I can put a certain ADA amount that I want to spend. Milk is a little bit weird. I would buy it on MuesliSwap because that's their main token, but regardless, you can actually swap these different tokens, and you can even see the price impact, all of that different stuff. Now, for some more advanced things, just some more advanced tips, is that there's a thing called slippage here. And slippage is how much more you're willing to pay when your order goes through. So for example, let's imagine that Clay token is absolutely rocketing and the price is moving really fast. If you only have a 1% slippage, for example, if that token price moves up too quickly before your order is actually executed, then what's going to happen is your execution, that order will never actually execute. And you're going to have to go back to this orders tab over here, and you're literally going to have to see that the order is queued, and it'll say, hey, it passed your slippage tolerance, and now you actually have to cancel that order and get a refund. So when this token is going crazier, if there's a lot of volume or if the price is moving a lot, you're going to want to set your slippage higher so that there's a higher likelihood of that transaction actually going through. If I have a 50% slippage, for example, which is the highest slippage you can do on MinSwap, it means that I'm willing to spend 50% more than the original estimated amount of tokens that I would get. So let's say one ADA would give me one Clay token. If I had a 50% slippage, now all of a sudden it's saying, hey, now that Clay is at 1.5 Clay per ADA, that order is still going to go through even though Clay is worth a lot more now. But instead of me getting one full Clay, maybe in this situation I only get 50% of what it was because it moved up so much, and I only get 0.5 Clay tokens. So slippage is really important when there's a ton of volume or there's a ton of price movement, and it'll give you a much higher likelihood of your transaction going through. The other thing that I wanted to bring up in this video, and something I always do, guys, is I always compare the different decentralized exchanges before making any trades, because sometimes you can get a better deal on MinSwap than you can get on Wing Riders or vice versa. And just to give an example of this, if I'm on MinSwap right now and I wanted to use 5,000 ADA to buy Clay tokens, I would get roughly 174,000 Clay tokens. But when I go to SundaySwap and I put 5,000 in, it's actually 173,000 tokens, so roughly the same. If I go on Wing Riders, 5,000 tokens is only going to give me 156,000 Clay tokens. So literally, I would get 20,000 less Clay tokens if I used Wing Riders rather than SundaySwap or MinSwap. And then MuesliSwap, which I had brought up earlier in the video, they actually try to find the best rate possible. And this will say MinSwap if MinSwap's the cheapest. It'll say SundaySwap if SundaySwap's the cheapest. Wing Riders if Wing Riders is the cheapest. But the thing that I'll say with this is sometimes the order just never goes through because this isn't updating as quickly as something like MinSwap. So I actually think it's better for you to go on these different decentralized exchanges and just manually check rather than use MuesliSwap in this example. But yeah, overall, guys, it's a pretty straightforward process. You'll be able to buy and sell any token that launches on Cardano. And it's really important to learn how to do this and get used to this, because once the hard fork comes out, hopefully in the next month or so, we're gonna start seeing a lot of new tokens enter the Cardano DeFi ecosystem. And if Cardano does what I think it does, where the DeFi just blows up over the next year or two, then you're really gonna wanna be able to get into some of these different tokens early. The last thing that I do wanna say here is that I'm actually releasing another video soon about my whole entire breakdown of the Clay token, because I do think Clay token is really undervalued still right now, and I think there's an opportunity in it. Please, guys, don't go rush and buy Clay token right now. I'm gonna have a whole breakdown of that, and realize that the volatility when it comes to these tokens is not like NFTs. It can be super volatile, especially with these small market caps. But I do believe that there's opportunities right now in these different small tokens, especially Clay right now, because you do know all the stuff that they've been building and working on. But like I said, that will be in another video, and that's it for this one. Hope it helps, guys. If it did, leave a like, and I'll see y'all in the next one.